Good evening, everybody, from Fulton County Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. We bid you welcome to Reds baseball. The Reds begin the final leg of this four-city, 14-game road trip tonight as they play the first of a three-game series against the hottest club in the National League, Bobby Cox Atlanta Braves. The Reds will be sending right-hander Frank Pastore to the mound after his 11th win of the season, and the Braves will counter with a man who's won 13 this year, right-hander Doyle Alexander. We'll be back to take a look at the starting lineups in just a moment. If you're ready now, the starting lineups tonight. First for the Cincinnati Reds, leading off and playing center field, Dave Collins. Batting second in right field, Ken Griffey. Hitting third, Dave Concepcion at shortstop. Batting fourth in left field, George Foster. Hitting number 5, the first baseman, Danny Dreesen. Batting sixth and catching, Johnny Bench. Ray Knight will be at third base and bat seventh. Hitting eighth at second base, Ron Oster. And batting ninth and pitching for the Reds, right-hander Frank Pastore. Again for Cincinnati, it's Collins in center field, Griffey in right field, and Concepcion at shortstop. Foster in left, Dreesen at first base, Bench catching. With Knight at third, Oster at second, and Pastore pitching. For the Braves, to lead it off in left field, Jerry Royster. Hitting in the number 2 spot at shortstop, Rafael Ramirez. Gary Matthews will bat third and play right field. Hitting fourth at third base, Bob Horner. Batting fifth for the Braves at first base, Chris Chambliss. Hitting number 6 in center field, Dale Murphy. Glenn Hubbard will be at second base, and he'll bat seventh. Hitting eighth and doing the Braves catching, Bruce Benedict. And batting ninth, the Atlanta pitcher, right-hander Doyle Alexander. Once more for the Braves, it's Royster in left field, Ramirez at shortstop, and Matthews in right field. Horner at third base, Chambliss at first base, Murphy in center. With Hubbard at second, Benedict catching, and Alexander on the mound. Alexander pauses and pitches. Concepcion rips one off the glove of the pitcher. Run's going to score. No play anywhere. As Ramirez, the shortstop, got a glove on it. Infield hit for Concepcion. 8-game hitting streak. Collins scores. Reds lead 1-0. The pitch swung on. A ground ball up the middle. Base hit. Here comes Ken Griffey around third. He's going to score. 4 consecutive hits, and the Reds lead the Braves 2-0. Payoff pitch, and it is swung on a ground ball right side into right field, base hit. Here comes Concepcion. The throw will go toward third base, and Foster will stop at second. Davey scores. The Reds lead 3-0, and 5 consecutive hits off Doyle Alexander. And he loops one into right field. That's got a chance. Matthews, it falls for a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes Dreesen home. A 2-run single for Pastore, and Cincinnati leads the Braves 5-0. Frank Pastore dumps one in front of Gary Matthews in shallow right as both Foster and Dreesen score on it. And the Reds have enjoyed a 5-run first inning as Dave Collins comes back for the second time.
The stretch by Alexander, the pitch. Collins bounces it up the middle, but it stays down, goes into center field. A base hit up with the ball. Murphy throwing to the plate. He's not in time, and the Reds lead it 6-1. That ball bounced up the middle, and it looked like Ramirez was going to get to it, and it stayed down and went under his glove on into center field, and the Reds lead it 6-0.
Now it's Chris Chambliss against Tommy Hume to kick off the home half of the 9th inning, and Jeff Combs for the second time is getting ready for the Reds. Chambliss 0 for 3 on the night. Hume sends it in, and a ground ball ricochets off of Hume, picked up by Knight, throwing out, and Tommy Hume is down, holding his left ankle or his left knee, and now comes up hobbling. That was a real smash off Chambliss's bat. They kicked over to Ray Knight, and they retired Chambliss. Tommy going down and grabbing at his left ankle, and then coming up and hobbling badly, and now everybody crowded around the mound to check Hume out as he took quite a bolt off the bat of Chris Chambliss. Tommy now walking off the pain and talking with Larry Starr. Larry applying that freezing substance to it to help to alleviate the pain, and I would imagine they will allow Tommy a few pitches to make sure he's all right. But a hard, low smash that caromed off the left ankle of Hume right over to Ray Knight. And he threw Chambliss out. And Tommy is okay. Well, I'll tell you one thing. That's the last thing in the world we need, to have this man go out with an injury. One down now for Dale Murphy. He is a man who has kept the Braves from being shut out with that second inning home run, his 29th of the year. Hume pitches, and Murphy swings and he misses. Since the home run, he has struck out twice. Murphy swings again, strike two. No balls and 2 strikes on Dale Murphy. Hubbard on deck as Hume rocks, kicks, and fires, and Murphy hits a high fly ball back into left field. Foster moving toward the line and short of the warning track. 2 out. Don't forget the Reds are back home Friday night for a big weekend series with the Dodgers. It starts off what promised to be an exciting and crucial homestand. Reds ticket office advises that plenty of seats are available for all 7 games on the homestand, including the big weekend series that begins Friday night with the Dodgers. 2 out. Hubbard will try and keep them going. He sends one in the air to right field. Ken Griffey coming on. He's there, and this one belongs to the Reds. Here in the 9th inning, the Braves go out in order. Tommy Hume with a fine job in support of some equally fine pitching by starter Frank Pastore, as the Reds make it 12 wins and 13 tries over the Braves. Final score 6-1. We'll be back in just a moment. Tonight, they sent 10 batters to the plate in a 5-run first inning off starter and loser Doyle Alexander, and then behind the pitching of Frank Pastore and Tommy Hume coasted to their 12th win and 13 tries against the Braves. 6-1 the final score. In that first inning, Dave Collins led off with a hit to center. Ken Griffey had a base hit to right. An infield single by Concepcion made it 1-0. Foster single to center, 2-0. Dreesen a base hit to right, 3-0. And then Johnny Bench popped up for the first out. Ray Knight grounded to shortstop, allowing the runners to go to second and third. And at that point, the Braves elected to intentionally walk Ronnie Oster to load the bases and get to Frank Pastore, and Frank dumped a single into shallow right field, scoring Foster and Dreesen as Collins flied out in his second at-bat of the inning, but the Reds had scored 5 times and were never in any serious trouble after that. Atlanta got its only run in the second when Dale Murphy, a hot hitter in the Atlanta attack, clubbed his 29th home run of the season, but the Reds got that run back in the third on a 1-out infield hit by Knight, Frank Pastore's second hit of the night, and a base hit to center field by Dave Collins to give the Reds a 6-1 lead. Atlanta pitching really took over from that point on. Preston Hanna, Gene Garber, and Al Raboski, along with Alexander, settled down to shut out the Reds over the last 6 innings on only 2 base hits. But Frank Pastore had a fine night of it and really did not suffer any serious problem until the 8th, when Jerry Royster and Rafael Ramirez greeted him with back-to-back base hits. At that point, John McNamara brought Tommy Hume on, and Hume did his thing. He got Matthews to hit into a 6-4-3 double play, grounded Horner to third to end the 8th, and then in the 9th inning, grounded out Chambliss, got Murphy and Hubbard on fly balls to end the game. The Reds had 6 runs, 12 hits, committed an error, and stranded 6. The Braves had a run on 6 hits, no errors, and they left 6 men on also. Pastore wins his 11th game of the season against 6 losses. Alexander his 8th loss, compared with 13 wins. The Reds are now 8-4 on the road trip. Once again, 12 over 500 at 75 wins and 63 losses. And again, trail the Dodgers by 4 1/2 games. Tomorrow night, it'll be Mario Soto going for Cincinnati after his 9th victory of the season against a Brave who has already won 9, right-hander Tommy Boggs. We'll be on the air with the pregame shows tomorrow night on most of these same stations beginning at 7:05 Cincinnati time. Again, the final score tonight in a game that took 2 hours and 21 minutes to play before a crowd of 15,951. The Reds 6 and the Braves 1.